Good morning, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Levi Nolasco with Keller Williams Realty here in sunny Las Cruces, New Mexico. I want to show you one of my new listings. This is 3737 Talon Avenue here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. We're in the Red Hawk area of Las Cruces, so this is going to be closer to the clubhouse. So if you're a golfer or you like being outdoors, like walking, biking, hiking, doing anything outside at all, this house is definitely worth a look. This home was built in 2022 by the Hakes brothers. It has a ton of upgrades and even more since the sellers have purchased this house. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3-car garage with 3,024 square feet. So my goal for today is to show you this beautiful house inside and out, and I also want to show you the lifestyle that you live if you move out to this area. So I'm going to hop on the scooter in a bit and take you for a little cruise around just so you can see what is in close proximity. This neighborhood is one of the newest in Las Cruces, so you're going to benefit from higher prices of other builders that are located down the street. So I'd get in here as soon as you can. I wanted to show you a few of my favorite features of this house. Watching my channel, you know that living life in Las Cruces is meant to be lived outside, and this house is perfectly set up for that. As you'll notice, they built up the wall behind me to block wind. Wind kind of comes from the west and goes towards the east most of the time in this part of town, so they built that up so they don't get a lot of dust and wind in their face. They can sit out here comfortably, look at the amazing mountain views, lush green grass that's right here on Red Hawk Golf Course, and some of the other mountain ranges off in the distance to the east. But I also think it leaves room for you to improve it and make it your own. You have a lot of space to work with, and it's nice and enclosed, but you still have this wide open sky. You're going to see some of the best sunsets in Las Cruces, and at night you're going to see pitch black skies and super bright stars. Let me just be quiet for a second. I hope you can hear the birds and the water. Of course, the birds just went quiet right when I said that. But anyways, Las Cruces in general has a ton of birds, and that's one of my favorite features of living here. So when you wake up in the morning, the birds kind of wake you up and you can hear them chirping. And same thing in the evening. I like to sit outside in my backyard at about 7 o'clock when the sun's going down and just listen to the birds and watch the stars start to come out. So I personally think this is one of the best houses on the market, because when you combine the footprint of the house, the layout, the upgrades, the outdoor aesthetics, the curb appeal, and the location, it's going to be really hard to beat. So let me go hop on the scooter. I'm going to show you around the neighborhood a bit. And what we're going to see first is how accessible the Red Hawk Golf Course clubhouse is, and some of the trails that will take you to the Doñanas. Again, those are my favorite mountain ranges. I'm always out there on the weekend doing off-roading, biking, hiking, driving RC cars. Pretty much anything you can do outside, I'm always out there. And this has really nice access to that. Then I'll show you a little bit of the surroundings, the bike paths, and anything else that I can point out. All right, so let's say it's morning, you're hungry, or it's afternoon or evening, you want to go get a burrito, some pasta, or a drink. This is the path that you would take. All right, so let's stop here for a second so you can see the site for the new clubhouse. I'm going to place a photo of a rendering up here as well. So you have people parking in this vacant lot for now, but usually everything is done over here. That's the temporary clubhouse right there. It's a little small, really good restaurant inside. Really fun golf course. This is where I lose the most balls. So you have that right next to you. So let's say, you're done golfing and you just want to take your dog out for a nice walk or get into nature and not be around a lot of people. In about 10 seconds on a scooter, I made it from the house to the golf course, and then another 15 seconds again on the scooter doing 13 miles an hour. I took a side street and came out here, and I have, the great outdoors right behind me. So as a point of reference, the house is just on the other side of this street. So of course you have this beautiful bike path here. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple parks. There's too many to get in one day. So this is one beautiful park. Another beautiful grass park with a soccer goal. Actually, 2 soccer goals. Okay, so then a soccer field. Okay, and this is my final stop. This will be the last park that I stop at. I tried to get more parks, but it's going to take me all day because there's going to be at least, I believe, 30 parks within a quarter-mile walking distance from this neighborhood. So it would just be a full day of looking at parks, which actually sounds like a lot of fun. But let me show you one of the first parks that was built out here in the Metro Verde Red Hawk area. Just so you can see it's a little bit more mature out here. Let me show you what you can expect. We also, something I really wanted to show too is that we have a ninja park. So if you're into like Ninja Warrior or something like that, or you have kids that are into that, there's a really fun linear park down the street. And we actually have quite a few linear parks with a lot of activities for kids, and parks that are just made for, hanging out and relaxing. Let me flip this camera around. So at this park here, you have a full basketball court, really nice one. Looks like nobody's ever played out there. Let me show you the street if you can see it. This isn't the camera to really get in-depth view, but you can see how beautiful and lush this area is. You have a ping pong table. Las Cruces is really good about pets. We have a ton of these things out here. Then you have beautiful, really well-maintained tennis court. Thank you again for watching. If this is the house that you think might increase your quality of life and your lifestyle, again, please feel free to reach out to myself or Mike Flores. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.